Have you ever imagined living in a world where every day was a literal fight for survival? A planet ruled by colossal creatures, sharp tusks, and battles that made the ground itself tremble. Well, millions of years ago, Earth was a permanent war zone. And the craziest part? Some of those fights were frozen in time, recorded in fossils that tell stories of courage, brutality, and pure animal instinct. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most epic showdowns prehistory has ever seen, duels so intense that the combatants died together, locked in a deadly embrace that lasted millions of years. And hey, get ready, because what comes next will make Jurassic Park look like child's play. Let's start with a clash worthy of a movie, the duel between two giants of the Ice Age, Columbian mammoths. These shaggy colossi, symbols of the glacial era, roamed North America around 12,000 years ago. And it was there, in the middle of the plains of what is now Nebraska, that a true spectacle of nature unfolded. Two adult mammoths, likely males fighting over territory or the right to court a female, faced off in a devastating battle. And the detail that changed everything? Both had broken tusks. It might seem like a simple accident, but it was exactly what sealed their fate. During the fight, their deformed tusks became entangled and stuck together. A precise blow pierced the eye of one of the giants, a fatal wound. But with their tusks locked, no pun intended, neither could break free. They fought to exhaustion until one lost balance and fell, dragging the other down with him. Imagine two titans, trapped, unable to move, dying side by side, and remaining that way for thousands of years until paleontologists discovered them. But hold on, the strangest part is yet to come. During the excavation, beneath one of the mammoth's legs, researchers found the fossil of a small coyote. That's right, the unlucky creature probably tried to take advantage of the situation to snatch a piece of the carcass, but ended up crushed in the chaos. The result? 3 creatures, 3 deaths, one absurd story frozen in time. Now, if you think that was the worst way to die in prehistory, hold on tight, because there's an even unluckier candidate, an Allosaurus. That's right, one of the biggest predators of the Jurassic period. In 1999, researchers found the fossil of an Allosaurus with a grotesque injury, a massive hole right in the pelvis, exactly in the groin area. Yep, you read that right. And the cause? A precise strike from its natural enemy, the Stegosaurus. The shape and size of the wound matched perfectly with the tail spikes of the Stegosaurus, known as thagomizers. In other words, during the fight, the Allosaurus took a deadly stab right where it hurts most. And to make things worse, it survived the initial attack, but the wound became infected, forming an abscess the size of a fist. Imagine the pain of trying to hunt with that. The poor dinosaur likely agonized for weeks before finally succumbing to the infection. A tragic end for one of the most feared hunters of its time. But wait, the tragedies don't stop there. The next story comes from Venezuela and involves one of the most unlikely animals on this list, a prehistoric dugong known as Culebratherium. These ancient relatives of modern manatees were peaceful and slow, making them easy targets for hungry predators. A fossil about 20 million years old revealed something unbelievable. This poor dugong was literally eaten alive by 2 predators at the same time, a crocodile and a tiger shark. While the crocodile attacked the head, the shark tore chunks from the body. Initially, scientists thought it was already dead when the attacks began, but the marks on the bones showed otherwise. The crocodile bit with such force that it pierced the skull, a blow that only makes sense if the prey was still alive. In other words, it was suffocated and torn apart simultaneously. Yep, not even in prehistory could you catch a break.
But if all of this sounds brutal, brace yourself for the clash that's practically a legend among fossils, the showdown between Velociraptor and Triceratops. This duel was so epic, it was immortalized in a single fossil discovered in Mongolia, showing both dinosaurs still locked in combat. On one side, the Velociraptor, fast, smart, and deadly. On the other, the the Protoceratops, a small herbivore with a surprisingly powerful bite. The scene is cinematic, the raptor digging its claws into the opponent's head, while the herbivore clamps down on the predator's arm with its jaws, both locked together, fighting to the bitter end. The most accepted theory says a sand dune collapsed during the struggle, burying them and freezing the moment forever. But recent analyses revealed something even more intriguing. The Protoceratops had injuries the Velociraptor couldn't have caused, including a broken rib and a missing limb. This suggests they may have killed each other before being buried. Tragic? Yes. Epic? Absolutely. And now, the grand finale of our prehistoric journey must be reserved for the ultimate titan clash: Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Triceratops, a true carnivorous colossus facing off against a walking fortress armed with 3 razor-sharp horns. The battle took place around 67 million years ago, and fossils found in Hell Creek, USA, show signs of a fight that was nothing short of cinematic. A young T.rex, smaller and less experienced, attacked an adult Triceratops. Deep bite marks on the spine, teeth embedded in bone, and horn wounds piercing the tyrant king's body prove they weren't messing around. And here comes the mystery. Why would such a young T.rex risk a fight like that? Some scientists believe it wasn't alone. Perhaps it hunted in packs. Others think the Triceratops struck first, defending its young. Whatever happened, the result was the same. Both died side by side, likely buried by a sudden flood. These fossilized battles are far more than bones and stone. They're snapshots of life in its rawest form, the fight for survival in a merciless world. Every mark, every bite, every fracture tells a story of strength, instinct, and tragedy. And the truth is, without paleontology, all of this would be lost. Thanks to these fossils, we can see the past with a level of detail that borders on unbelievable. Now tell me, which of these battles did you find the most insane? Drop it in the comments, and if you love these epic tales from the past, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to keep exploring the wild side of prehistory with me. Because here, every fossil tells a story, and every story is a battle time refused to erase.